My dear students, today I am going to take under the basic concept of chemistry acid bases and salts part 2. I am Dr. Gunasekaran, Professor of Chemistry, taking class for you. In continuation of the acids, I have already discussed hydrochloric acid and sulfuric acid. Today, I will discuss nitric acid. Nitric acid is a highly corrosive strong mineral acid. The pure acid is colorless, but impure acquires yellow color. In the laboratory, you can see it in yellow color due to decomposition of oxides of nitrogen and water. Commercial acid has concentration of 68 to 70 density 1.4 gram per ml, and 86% and above is called fumic nitric acid. So density 1.50. So depending upon the nature, we can use dilute nitric acid, concentrated nitric acid or fumic nitric acid. Please follow the next. First, action of dilute nitric acid on metals. So metals lying below hydrogen in the electrochemical series, I have already explained, such as sodium, potassium, calcium, magnesium, aluminum, zinc, etc. normally displace hydrogen from the dilute acid. That means these acid, what will happen, will displace hydrogen to produce MH plus hydrogen gas. That is the MH they can produce. So I can write 2M. So this is the case of alkali metals, depending upon the valency. Whereas in the case of alkaline earth metals, the valency is 2 means, so here it will react with the hydrogen to produce MH2. So just see directly without balancing. So in the case of aluminum valency 2, accordingly we have to balance. Okay. Now, but since it is a strong oxidizing agent and hydrogen is a reducing agent, secondary reaction takes place resulting in the reduction of nitric acid to give NO, N2O, N2 and ammonia. Please follow, even though hydrogen is produced, we have seen, but it is not liberated freely. That will be getting oxidized to NO, N2O, N2 or ammonia, depending upon the nature of the metal, concentration of the acid we are using, the temperature. Kindly follow the examples. Now in this case, I am using 4 moles of zinc and 10 moles of nitric acid dilute. So 4 moles of zinc nitrate and N2O is formed 5H2O. Kindly follow, in this case N2O. Instead of 4 is that 10. If I use 5 moles of zinc, 12 moles of dilute nitric acid, now product is 5 moles of zinc nitrate, now nitrogen is the gas and 6 moles of water. See now the product of, instead of N2O, now nitrogen is formed. And the another is very, very dilute. 4 moles of zinc and 10 nitric acid, very dilute. Kindly follow. So zinc nitrate, water and ammonium nitrate is formed. So kindly follow, depending upon the nature of the metal, nature of the acid, concentration, temperature, different products of nitrogen formed. N2O, N2 or ammonium nitrate, etc. is formed. This is the most important, you must have it in mind. And under the action of dilute nitric acid on metals, metals lying above hydrogen in the electrochemical series such as copper, silver, bismuth, and mercury do not liberate hydrogen at all. They will not liberate hydrogen. Please follow. This is very, very, very important. Only below they will liberate hydrogen, they get be oxidized, whereas above they will not release hydrogen. In this case, the action of nitric acid involves only the oxidation of metal into metallic oxide, which dissolve in the acid to form nitrates, accompanied by evolution of NO or NO2, depending upon the nature of the metal, nature of the concentration of the acid. Next. So here I am taking example of copper. 3 moles of copper, it reacts with 8 moles of nitric acid, HNO3, to produce 3 moles of copper nitrate and 4 H2O, 2NO is produced. Noble metals, gold, platinum, rhodium, etc., or the iridium are not attacked by nitric acid. They are chemically inert metals, or simply say coinage metals. Gold and platinum, however, are attacked by aqua regia. Please follow a special name aqua regia. Here, 3:1 ratio of ConHCl and con nitric acid. If you mix ConHCl 3 and one form of the one ratio, that is, suppose let us say this way, 3 liters of ConHCl, 1 liter of nitric acid, if you mix, that will form aqua regia. Or 3 ml of ConHCl, 1 ml of con nitric acid, it is aqua regia. Depending upon the requirement, we can mix and we can get that. So in this aqua regia, gold and platinum will dissolve. Please follow. Very, very powerful reagent. Now come for concentrated nitric acid. Action of concentrated nitric acid on metal. Concentrated nitric acid is a powerful oxidizing agent. It can easily lose its oxygen according to the following equation. Kindly follow. 2 moles of nitric acid of the giving decomposition 2NO2, H2O and oxygen. There are 2 oxidizing agents. One is oxygen, another is NO2. Here, the oxidizing action of concentrated nitric acid has been shown more due to NO2 produced than due to oxygen. So instead of oxygen, so NO2 is doing more oxidation. This is the most important. You must know regarding con nitric acid. Okay. Now, the action of nitric acid under the non-metals we will discuss now. Generally, nitric acid and sulfuric acid react with the metals, giving the characteristic products, but not hydrochloric acid. So first let me take boron. Boron family. Boron, aluminum, gallium, indium, thallium is the family. This is the 30th group, 1,3 group. Amorphous boron dissolve in hot concentrated sulfuric acid and nitric acid to give boric acid. So here we are, because sulfuric acid we have already discussed, so we concentrate only on nitric acid. So in nitric acid, it dissolves. That is, now see the reaction now. In nitric acid, boron, 3 moles of nitric acid, boric acid is produced and 3NO. Whereas in the case of sulfuric acid, the boric acid again produced by sulfur dioxide is formed in the case of sulfuric acid. The next one, action of carbon, another non-metal, carbon family. Carbon, sulfur, silicon, germanium, tin, lead, that is the carbon family. The charcoal, that is the one form of the carbon, dissolves slowly in hot dilute nitric acid, forming a brown colored substance known as artificial tannin. But con nitric acid oxidizes it to carbon dioxide and is itself reduced to nitrogen dioxide and water. So 4 moles of con nitric acid, kindly follow, oxidizes carbon to carbon dioxide and 4NO2 and 2H2O it is formed. This is the second non-metal reacting with the acid. The next one. Third one, action of carbon. Hot concentrated sulfuric acid also oxidizes it to carbon dioxide itself, reduced to sulfur dioxide, just like nitric acid. That means same carbon dioxide. Only instead of NO2, it is SO2 is formed. Here, a small quantity of metallic acid is also formed, which is called benzene hexacarboxylic acid. Please remember this important information. Here, a small quantity of the mellitic acid, MELLITIC, mellitic acid is also formed, which is benzene hexacarboxylic acid. Kindly follow. Now, the action of sulfur, the third non-metal. Sulfur is oxidized by nitric acid to form sulfuric acid, whereas it is oxidized by sulfuric acid to form sulfur dioxide and water. So we are concentrating on nitric acid. So 6 moles of nitric acid oxidize sulfur to sulfuric acid and 6 moles of NO2 and 2H2O. So if it is sulfuric acid, we have discussed already, 3SO2, 2H2O. Then action of phosphorus. Another interesting non-metal. There are different types of phosphorus that commonly will use white phosphorus. Nitric acid oxidizes white phosphorus to phosphoric acid. So that is here 20 moles of nitric acid and phosphorus, normally molecular element P4, 4H3PO4, phosphoric acid, 20 NO2, 4H2O. In the same way, the next element is iodine. The corn nitric acid oxidizes iodine to iodic acid, HiO3, and 10 NO2, 4H2O. Kindly follow. So far we have discussed the action of non-metals on acid. Now we'll go for the action of nitric acid on compounds. So here, let me take nitric acid on hydrogen sulfide. Nitric acid on oxidizes hydrogen sulfide to sulfur. So NO and 4H2O it is formed. The same way, it oxidizes sulfur dioxide to sulfuric acid in presence of water to produce a 2NO. Kindly follow. So most important, hydrogen sulfide is converted into sulfur, whereas sulfur dioxide is converted into sulfuric acid. Very interesting compounds conversion. Coming for uses of the acids, HCl, nitric acid, and the sulfuric acid and nitric acid, dilute and concentrate. They are good reagents in the laboratory. Dilute and concentrate. Normally in the laboratory, they will use 1N as dilute acid. Normally they will use. And concentrated, they may use some 5N. Okay. Number 2, as a reagent in the industry for manufacture of dyes, drugs, paints, perfumes, and explosives, etc. It is used as a reagent. And it is also used as a compound to extract metal from ores. It's a compound, acid itself is acting as a compound to extract metal from ores. Another important use, it is used to refine petroleum. Fourth one, it is used to prepare a number of gases like SO2, NO2, etc. We can prepare for H2S, etc. We can. Always the pH of the acid will be 7, less than 7. Kindly follow, 7 is neutral. More than 7, it is basic. Less than 7, it is acidic. Kindly follow. If pH value, if you measure for any compound, if it is 7, it is neutral. If it is less than 7, it is more acid. More than 7, it is basic. Kindly follow. The next one. Let me come for the base now. So far what I have discussed acid. Now I am discussing bases. What is a base? A base is a substance that contains OH minus ion. According to modern theory, that is Lewis theory, a base is a substance that donates a lone pair of electrons. Example, sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, ammonia, etc. are bases. Now, when I say types of bases, I want to include as inorganic bases and organic bases. What is the difference between inorganic and organic? They will behave different way. Inorganic bases are very, very less basic, whereas our inorganic bases are strong bases. Specifically, alkali and alkaline earth metal hydroxides will be strong base. In the case of inorganic base, kindly follow, the hydroxides, the first group and second group metal, will normally act as strong electrolytes which are inorganic base. So I can classify this monoacidic base. What is the meaning of monoacidic base? Replaceable OH. Mono, only one OH. Diacidic base, 2 OH. Magnesium hydroxide, calcium hydroxide, they're all the second group. Beryllium, magnesium, calcium, strontium, barium, radium, all these things. And triacidic base, aluminum hydroxide is the specific example. Kindly follow. So, the next is, under the organic bases, all organic amines are bases. So, just see here, methylamine, ethylamine, phenylamine, that is aniline. This name is aniline, common name, or IUPAC, phenylamine. So, depending upon the group attached, the basicity varies. Normally, kindly follow, aliphatic amines are more basic than aromatic amines. Coming for the properties of bases, all bases are having bitter taste. They are highly corrosive. If you touch it on your skin, it will put a hole. They will normally turn red litmus paper to blue, so test for base. Always, strong bases are good conductors of heat and electricity. Sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, they are all strong electrolytes. All solutions of strong bases are soapy in nature. Nature is soapy. Next one. Action of base on metals. So let me take a specific example. Sodium hydroxide is common. So when I treat with aluminum in presence of water, it giving sodium aluminate and hydrogen is liberated. The same way, sodium hydroxide attack the zinc metal to produce sodium zincate and hydrogen is liberated. Please follow the important, the metals that reacting with the base. Next. Is going on now. The action of bases on non-metals, especially sulfur, phosphorus, chlorine, boron, etc. Suppose let me take now 6 moles of sodium hydroxide react 12 moles of sulfur, giving sodium disulfate, sodium, that is Na2S5 and 3H2O. Same way, sodium hydroxide in presence of water attacks phosphorus to produce, that is sodium dihydrogen phosphate, that is the correspondingly phosphine is produced. Sodium hydroxide attacks chlorine attacks chlorine to produce sodium chlorate, sodium chloride and water, and sodium hydroxide attacks boron to sodium borate, and 3H2O. Kindly follow. Action of base on compound now. So, when I say compound, base is also a compound. Again, I am taking a specific example, sodium hydroxide is a base. So, first I treat with HCl. It's a both strong acid, strong base. Your product will be salt. It's the salt of strong acid, strong base, sodium chlorate and water. Now, sodium hydroxide and carbon dioxide actually reacts to form sodium carbonate and water, another compound. The third carbon action of H2S. Sodium hydroxide reacts with the H2S to produce sodium sulfide and water. And sodium hydroxide reacts with sulfur dioxide to produce sodium bisulfite. Sodium hydroxide reacts with ammonium chloride to produce sodium chloride, ammonia and water. Kindly follow. So these are the actions on compounds, a few compounds. Next one, uses of space, uses of bases. Specifically, I am now indicating sodium hydroxide here, since I have taken. It is used for making soap and detergents. Actually, how we are taking soap and detergent? Because if you go for +1 and +2, and you will be studying there, the triglyceride, it is present in our body. It is a esters of glycerol. Esters of glycerol, formula is H2O, COR1, CHOCOR2, CH2OCOR3. This is called triglyceride. It is actually when you treat with sodium hydroxide, what will happen? H here NO, NaO, in all the cases, 3 moles of sodium hydroxide will consume. So you will get left side glycerol. What is right side? It is the sodium salt of higher fatty acid, nothing but soap. So soap is nothing but sodium salt of higher fatty acid like stearic acid, oleic acid, etc. So detergent is nothing but a sulfonic acid, salt, sodium or potassium salt of sulfonic acid. Next one, it is used for making artificial textile fiber. It is also used for manufacture of paper. We are using base. It is used to purify bauxite ore. So this is regarding for bases. Now coming for lastly, under the acid, base and salts, I am concentrating now on salt. What is a salt? A salt is a substance formed by complete neutralization of acid by a base. A simple example, this we have seen already. Sodium hydroxide strong base, SCl strong acid, so it is completely neutralized 1 mole. Sodium chloride is a salt of strong acid, strong base, and water is formed. So it is a salt of strong base, sodium hydroxide, strong acid, SCl. Kindly follow. So types of salt. Kindly follow. What is the types of salt? I can classify simple salts like sodium chloride. Double salt like more salt, ferrous ammonium sulfate, carnallite, etc. Third one, complex salt, potassium ferricyanide, K3 within bracket FeCN6. This is the coordination compound you will be studying in +2 level. But anyhow, it is my duty, I have to mention the types of salt. Okay. The next one. Under the simple salt, I want to further classify. My dear students, please have it in mind. Sodium chloride is a simple neutral salt. I am classifying simple into 3. One is neutral salt, another is acidic salt, third is basic salt. Simple salt I am further classifying into 3 types. Neutral salt. What is neutral? Completely neutralized. So sodium chloride is a salt of strong base sodium hydroxide, strong acid HCl. So this is strong acid, strong base. Salt of strong acid, strong base. This is the salt of weak acid, strong base. Weak acid, acetic acid, strong base sodium hydroxide. This is the salt of weak base, strong acid. Weak base, ammonium hydroxide, strong acid, HCl. And this is the salt of weak base, weak acid. Weak base, weak acid. Kindly follow. Weak base, weak acid. Acetic acid and ammonium hydroxide. So, neutral salt I can further classify into 4 types. Sodium chloride, sodium acetate, ammonium chloride and ammonium acetate. Coming for acidic salt, so carbonic acid, we know the formula H2CO3. So when I treat only one base, one mole, so only one hydrogen will be replaced, so it will produce sodium hydrogen carbonate. So it is incomplete neutralization. So sodium bicarbonate, still acidic hydrogen is there, replaceable. So nature is acidic salt. Same thing, sodium hydrogen sulfite, sodium hydrogen sulfate, that is sodium hydrogen oxalate. Coming over basic salt, you take any dibasic or tribasic base like aluminum chloride, for example, 3OH is present. So this is one basic, the acidity of the base 3 OH replaceable 3OH. So when I treat with one HCl, what will happen now? It will react with the OH twice plus Cl will come. One OH will be replaced to form it will form with the going away. Kindly follow. So this is actually, so AlOH2 Cl, kindly follow, the AlCH2, it is forming right, AlOH2Cl, and another is, kindly follow, AlOHCl2, it is formed. Okay, let me go for next. Sorry for the slight disturbance. Double salt. Under the double salt, I have already pointed out more salt, ferrous ammonium sulfate, ammonium sulfate 6H2O, carnallite, potassium chloride, magnesium chloride 6H2O, potassium alum, potassium sulfate, aluminum sulfate 24H2O. So this salt will act as a single salt in solid state, but when you put it into water, behave like a double salt. Kindly follow. Two single salt. The next, let me go for complex salt. Under the complex salt example, potassium ferricyanide, K3FeCN6, potassium ferrocyanide, K4FeCN6. So this salt I can further classify into 4 types. Kindly follow. You will be studying in +2 coordination compound. You will study this. Anyhow, just I am mentioning, so you are not afraid of this one. It's a fundamental basic information I am giving. Simple neutral complex is type 1, nickel tetracarbonate. Anionic complex, potassium ferricyanide, that is anion is complex. Cationic complex, tetraamine copper 2 sulfate, that is CuNH3 4 times SO4. And cationic and anionic combined, in both cases chromium NH3 6 times within square bracket, again cobalt CN6 6 times. So this is again cationic and anionic complex. Kindly follow. So cation is not the cation is also complex. Anion is also complex. So there are 5 types: simple neutral complex, anionic complex, cationic complex, and cationic and anionic complex. Uses of salts. Normally, the salts are very much useful as calcium phosphate. Phosphate is essential for us. Calcium lactate, normally milk. Ferrous sulfate, sodium chloride, normally we are using in our human body, this is required. Domestic purposes, it is used, preservative, sodium chloride is used as a preservative and for taste. Packing and drinks as effervescence. That is, we will use correspondingly bicarbonate. Purification of waters, that is, this is sodium bicarbonate. Purification of water, we will use potassium aluminum sulfate. Alum we will use to purify water. So these are the importance of domestic purpose. Now come for industrial. sodium carbonate washing powder, copper sulfate insecticide, potassium nitrate gunpowder. It is used in the industry. So, my dear students, here I want to give one information. Kindly listen me. So thank you very much for your keen observations. And we have our own site, vetri.s, vetri.s, vetri.s. Our site is having almost, in each subject there are 50 lessons or video lessons are there, and there are 200 tests are there given. So you can write test, you can listen video lessons all the 24 hours any time you want. And what is the two important thing is I want to give here information to you. One is, only we are charging 10,000 rupees per year. For whole year, we are charging only 10,000 rupees. Additionally, when you are writing the test, you have two facility. You can know your answer and correct answer, and also video explanation it is provided. So nowhere in India this provision is given. Kindly join with us and improve your quality. And if you join with us, 100% I give guarantee, you will get more than 160 out of 180 in chemistry. Thank you. My phone number, if you want to contact me, that is 989417645 for further information. Kindly follow me. In other slides, including we are given the name and account number, bank, everything to pay. You kindly check up from the other slides. Thank you very much.